Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here, we're live, hopefully loud enough. We are set, guys. It is going to be a massive weekend of football all across European and the world fixture list that we have before us. We are here for the deadline show. We're going to be predicting the biggest and best fixtures, see what's going on, looking at predicted lineups, as well as formulating some SO5 teams ahead of a massive weekend. I'm Quinny, and as ever, I am joined by my co-pilot, Harry Trades, my man. Harry, good to see you.
Good to see you, mate. Yeah, massive weekend ahead. Unbelievable, obviously, with the MLS cards dropping yesterday. I've even heard they're going to be in prize pools. I don't think they've updated them yet, but I heard a little whisper, hoodwink on Twitter saying that, apparently they're going to be updated as well. So, yeah, it feels like it's going to be a massive weekend, mate.
It's going to be absolutely huge. We've got Sorare Scouts and Managers filtering in. Sammy D, I think I've just got the notification. We've got some cards to give away today. But Sorare Scouts and Managers from all over the world are tuning in, catching. We've got, Harry, me and you were getting some of the notes together. We have got last-minute injury news and a lot of midfield positions across European football coming out from press conferences. And with you guys in the chat, as well as me and Harry here up on the show, we're also looking to get all the latest and greatest info from all the press conferences as they come out, as we get closer to the deadline at 3 o'clock, which is 2 hours from now. So if you're joining us, you're going to get comfy, watch the show with us. Make sure to hit the like button because, as you guys will know already, Sorare own and control the internet. They know if you come here, and if you don't hit the like button, they will remember that. And you will get that DNP, you will get that injured reward. So do yourself a favour, help out the show, hit the like button. And when we hit those little like targets, we've got some cards to give away thanks to the generosity of the Sorare community, donating some cards in. We've now got 3 cards to give away thanks to Sam D and Weasel Mount sent through some stuff that I don't think quite made it in for last week or in the midweek. You tried to send it earlier. I'm terribly sorry for that, Weasel Mount. But we've got 3 cards to give away today, which we'll try and get into your gallery before the deadline. So if you want to use them, you'll be able to do that. And everything else in between now. Harry boy, we normally start the show off with a little bit normally it's you, a little bit of Mr. Midweek, like what's been going on in the midweek? Did we win any cards? What was going on? But no Mr. Midweek for you, Harry? No,
mate, quite one for me, to be honest. I did kind of do a bit of preparation for it, prior to the game week opening and stuff. But yeah, no luck. It was a Celtic midweek, mate, as we'll obviously come to know now.
Yeah, it was a green and white midweek, but unfortunately, it didn't quite hit for all the Celtic lineups that were out there. For anyone who didn't catch it, Cameron Carter-Vickers gets substituted on the 59th minute, and he was like the only person. In a raft of 3 subs, they got attributed as being a 59th minute sub. There are 2 guys come off in the 60 minutes. And they kind of held the clean sheet bonus actually versus the guys that stayed on the pitch, as it turns out. But anyway, that and a few other things. Players like McGregor come off at halftime and a few other bits and pieces. They didn't quite kick ass everywhere. No Joe Hart clean sheet, of course, kind of undone, kind of hamstrung a few lineups, including my own. But I finished 5th once everything's shaken out from the last and the dregs of the midweek from Asia. So I'm on for a bit of ETH, which is fun, and hopefully quite a high-ranking Tier 3 Super. I normally have a bit more faith in these Tier 2, Tier 3 pools when it's in All-Star, because just normally that's, you just get a wee bit, those pools are a bit harder to be higher placed in because it's taken into account everyone. So I'm rather hopeful for that, fingers are crossed. In Challenger Europe Rare, I managed to finish 8th, which was brilliant, double fullback. And if I'd played any other Celtic midfielder, Rare McGregor, Rare O'Reilly, I would have won this division at an absolute canter. 27 points off the top, with Iwata dropping a 45 here, which is a crying shame. But John in the double fullback play paid off like a treat. And we're picking up a Tier 2 Rare here, which is quality. And for finishing not 8th, but 38th in All-Star, we're going to be picking up, just slipped over the bubble. We're picking up a Tier 3 for this one, but we're also going to get a little bit of these. So there'll be a wee bit of trophy day at FC Barcelona. And Captain O'Reilly reigning in with a 100 when Celtic fans everywhere, Sorare managers everywhere, everyone's like, O'Reilly's done. O'Reilly's past it. He's lost his form. He's a flash in the pan. He's not what he once was. But Big Matt turned up in a big way. And all the doubters are silenced now, aren't they? So I say any one of those 2 mids, but if I'd slid one of them into here, then would have been top. So it's close but no cigar for me and a few other Celtic fans, because this is the kind of combo you needed. Probably Yang or Ida and double fullback. And double fullback isn't a thing a lot of people play with the Celtic lineup. So a wee triple pickup for me, which is nice for the midweek, and I'm looking forward to that, Harry boy. But the midweek, The midweek's over, Harry. We are at 1 o'clock. It's almost, or 1:05 at the moment. We are running towards the actual deadline for the weekend. There's going to be a lot of goals. I did a prediction earlier this week about the Premier League specifically, and I just think it is going to be an absolute bananas weekend. As we come to the matchups tab, I'm actually rather surprised with all the names that are really at the top of this. It's quite eclectic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weird mix, isn't it, to be fair? Quite exotic. As far as, just the mix of leagues, and there's a couple of aways, in there, and I don't know. It doesn't. I mean, the Sporting being at the top probably isn't much of a shock if they've got a home fixture that isn't, Benfica, Braga, or Porto. But like Rapid in there, LDU, Sporting Cristal. Not that we cover these leagues, but it's just the fact that they are flying high up there. Like, it kind of just shows that on the surface of things, like normally we say challenge is ridiculous.
Yep.
Over the last couple of weeks, it has been. I look at that there, just my first glance, and go, I don't think it might be. Like, barring a Sporting smash, which is, quite likely. What else are you looking at there, really? Rapid, like we said, but Salzburg, Riker, like, there's nothing crazy there. There's no PSVs. There's no Feyenoords. There's no Porto, Benfica. They're playing each other. Like, this is, we get those weeks, don't we, Quinny, where it's just so be it that a lot of the big guns are just playing each other. And it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And it's the chance, like Ian says there, it could be a chance for the Croatian leagues to shine. And that is what this game's all about.
Hola Chicos, love that. Sorry. But no, mate, I make you totally right. Like, I see that and I think, wow, what an open game week this is straight off the bat. We're getting some shouts in here already that it might be Croatia time this weekend if you've got a Riker stack, because that's a good team. They're at home and they've got the team you want them playing. So, it's this. You see Rapid Vienna there as well. Man City against Man United is fantastic to see. so high in the order as well. But like, we'll come to maybe the games that don't crack the the matchups tab this week, because so many of the bigger teams, some of the more interesting games, like it's neutral central this weekend. Like, so many amazing fixtures where it's like no one's a clear favourite. These percentages here are the teams that are above like 70% chance to win.
Basically,
so these are the clear favourites ahead of the weekend across world and European football in particular. But we reckon it's maybe a wee bit of time for Croatia, some Anderlecht, maybe some of these other guys get their moment in the sun as well. Don't forget, guys, we are on Twitch, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all those places. Wherever you're watching the stream, wherever you're catching the show, please do smash a like, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Whatever it is you do, wherever you find us, support the show. Let us know you're having a good time. Get involved in the chat, reply to us, let us know what you're getting up to this game week, this weekend. Can it be Hibs time, please? Maybe not. Wherever you're catching the show from. But Sporting Lisbon, we'll start with them since they're top. I think we'll probably get through the top order here quite quickly, because I don't think too many of the teams will be kind of lingering on. So we'll get to the exciting stuff a little bit later in the show, and then we've actually got 4 cards now to give away. So we'll get to that as well. So make sure we smash the like button, guys, particularly on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all these places. And we'll try and give some stuff away as many places as we can. But Sporting Lisbon line up the way we've seen them line up. No Coates is the only thing that jumps out to me.
Yeah, he played last night. So they played against Benfica last night. They beat them, and Coates played. Dan didn't play, so rotated the goalie. And majority is same team-ish. But obviously played last night. When did this game? Would this game be Sunday, Quinny? Yeah, 3rd is the Sunday. So a couple of days rest, but those players, the front three, and I mean the whole team is quite SO5 friendly, really. So you can't really go too far wrong, I don't think. Interesting, there's no Ignacio on there. Quinny, is he injured? Just trying to think.
I would say so.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat there, Giovanni said what happened, not in the chat, sorry, in the comments, what happened to Ignacio, and there's a couple of replies on so you got to think as well on another sort of talking point what Manuel's saying there. A lot of these big teams are playing midweek. So we're in that part of the season now where things are coming thick and fast, and you do have to rest some of your older players with no knees and stuff. And unfortunately, that affects SO5 lineups negatively. So, I still expect there to be really good scores here. But, not having maybe, like in that back five, like there's no one that you'd want to actually pair with a Dan. So that's quite an interesting one. I think a lot of people, like, we know Laird, loads of people have the Sporting defensive stack, right? That probably isn't possible this weekend, realistically. in the if we're going off those starting.
Is this Diamande not a Midgetland card?
He is, yeah. He doesn't have any. He had like 2 cards.
Oh, he's only got 2.
Yeah, he's literally got nothing.
Oh, unlucky, Laird. Unlucky. But yeah, it does break up a stack. You're quite right there. And I need to give a shout out before we move on. But Baffy has become a member of the channel, so thank you very much, Baffy. FC Barcelona My Sorare Club is what we call the member section here on the channel. And Baffy, I beg your pardon, has become a foundation member for £2 a month, 50p a week. The membership section starts from £1, and we do a stream every week, 25p a week, £1 a month. And we build lineups, review galleries, all that good stuff. The live chat, run the show in that stream, and I basically do everything you guys request. So thanks very much for signing up, Baffy. We really appreciate that. And without you, the channel wouldn't be possible. So thanks very much to everyone. The game number 2 here, I think we're only going to look at it because I know some people have some Motherwell stacks, and I think that's maybe the main value to maybe anyone that's tuning into the show today. As we know, Rangers don't really have many cards, and it's not really a team that I want to feature on the show for any longer than we need to, really. But they're second up here ahead of Arsenal and Rapid Vienna, who I would maybe say have got actually better games than Rangers do on paper. But Rangers are in pretty good form. They were down midweek against Kilmarnock and come back in a resounding fashion to go on and win. And this looks to be their predicted team. There's only a couple of cards here, as you can see, Suter, Raskin and Fabio Silva on a 50-50 with Dessers, who also has a card. So if you have any of them, good luck to you. And then the Motherwell, if you've got any Motherwell cards, 50-50, Vale or Nicholson. The rest of the team is pretty reliably the best 11. And yeah, there they are if you want them.
Fun fact, I actually worked with that Jack Vale, who plays for Motherwell right now.
Oh, yeah?
When I was in university, he was part of the under-19s Welsh squad that was like Nico Williams and those kind of guys. He was at Blackburn at the time, maybe. And yeah,
he's good against Celtic.
Yeah, he's sharp, quick player, good dribbler. He's decent. He had a few championship appearances. Didn't really like kick on, but yeah, like you said, he has been doing pretty well at Motherwell. So fair play to him.
Yeah. So if you've got any of those cards, good luck to you. But this individually should be the highest scoring game of the weekend, you would think. I could see Arsenal doing a mad score. 8, 9, something mad. No problem at all. Sheffield United are going from bad to worse, excuse to excuse. Relegation is just like, why are they even playing football still? A little bit. That's a bit disrespectful. But you know what I mean? Like they're sinking. They are sinking.
Mate, I got funny stories from, if anyone watched the Sheffield United Brighton game last week, Quinny, you're going to cry at this. Vinny Souza and Jack Robinson are literally fighting with each other.
I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's class. They're both just like scrapping. But that game obviously produced a couple of hundreds from Brighton. I was unfortunately not involved in all of them, but a couple of them. And I'm just trying to think back to that game, and that was away. And I'm just thinking like Arsenal are just going to completely dominate like final third passes. It's going to be like ridiculous, like actually stupid on the on the scoring matrix. If we're talking like I remember watching the game, I'm not exaggerating. Like Van Heck and Dunk, or the whole sort of back four, whatever we're going to call it, was literally in line with where like Osborne and Vinny is. Like, just imagine, that's how far ahead or above the pitch like the Brighton defenders were, and the amount of final third passing and stuff is just going to be ridiculous. I think from like Saliba, not for the whole game, but as they tire, like it's just going to be ridiculous, genuinely.
Yeah, so that was the second last match, and then I think the last match, the Wolves one, was that the one that they were they grabbed each other and that they had a bit of a pushing up?
Sorry, yeah. Was it that one?
I thought it was at the weekend that happened.
Yeah, maybe it would have been. Sorry, yeah. I actually watched that game as well. Sorry, yeah. I don't know why I keep watching Sheffield United play football, but it's more for the teams they're playing against. But yeah, sorry, mate. It was the Wolves one. They looked okay. You know what? I'm not even joking. Yeah, he was just snapping people for fun. But like they had chances, Sheffield. Like that game could have been like 2-1 Sheffield United. I'm not even kidding you. They had good chances. I'm not saying that's going to happen against Arsenal, but like, yeah, I really see a very sort of 5-0 similar game to that Brighton game for Arsenal. I really do.
Yeah, it feels like this Arsenal team's proper clicking, isn't it? The back four is pretty settled, even though the left back's still a bit of it's always been a mad question mark for Arteta's Arsenal, hasn't it? The whole time he's been there. But Havertz and that, do we say striker? I don't know. But it's just gelled now, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely doing a job. Like, he has his critics, but he's obviously, a very good footballer. You don't get to play for Arsenal if you're not at the end of the day. So he does offer things that maybe sometimes the average fan won't see. He's not as easy on the eye as maybe a Saka is, or whatever, or a Rice. But yeah, no, he's doing a job, and that's what Arteta's got him in there for. But yeah, I do expect a big old score this weekend from those Arsenal boys.
Yeah, big time. I think Odegaard, Rice, especially you're talking about final third passing and possession they're going to have. Like they're just chance creation, balls into the box, not even final third, balls into the box, shots on target, shots off target, whatever. They're just going to be rinsing for 80 for days, I think, this one. And I say the actual scoreline could be cricket.
Could be anything, couldn't it? Could be anything.
Now, by the way, I didn't really notice this till right now, right? Obviously, we're gushing over Arsenal because they're probably going to spank Sheffield. But seeing LDU Dikito there, even saying that name out loud, a voice is saying it at the same time in my head. And it feels like it could be, it's probably big Nepenthes this week, isn't it? If you get Quito fourth and Arsenal second. Mm-hmm. Huge games at home against a grey badge. That's kind of what you want for them, isn't it?
Yeah, but to be fair, they lost last night to Fluminense in one of the CONMEBOL or something, and that wasn't.
But they're a good team.
They are, but they beat them in the away leg, so they were 1-0 up, and they lost they've lost the tie basically. I don't think they've gone through, which is obviously not good. So it was in the Sudamericana they lost it in.
There's no games in this.
Yeah, it's the first game of the season basically now, and Macara they play. I mean, they finished last season. Oh, no, they got promoted. They didn't even play in the league last year, if that makes sense. They got they got promoted. So the odds are ridiculous. I've got two little players in there. Hopefully we can find some decent scores from them. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one because they lost last night. It's quite hard to figure that one out, but they should win.
Who scores more goals, Quito or Arsenal?
Ooh, Arsenal.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that as well. And very recently we said if Salzburg were ever going to be Salzburg, it was at home to Austria Lustenau, and they did rinse it. They delivered. And this week, it's the turn of Rapid Vienna. They're at home to Austria Lustenau. So again, if you've got one of these stacks, this is time to rub your hands. They have just delivered the Salzburg result that the Salzburg stacks have been after, and now it might be the Rapid Vienna stacks' turn. Looking at the team here, I think Bergstaller, Gruel, Kasim Burjo, of course, some of these guys are quite well owned across the community and probably going to be present at some caps and some other teams. Could this team score as good as a Salzburg against Lustenau?
Maybe no. I'm not going to say there's going to. I think there was like a couple of 100s in that Salzburg team. I'm going to say there might let's say there was 3.5. Like there was I know Gluch scored 92 or something. So there was a very across the board very high scoring. I'm going to say there might be a max of 2 100s in this. I'm going to say Gruel and maybe either the left back or so I could look at that. I don't know if. Let's just count all the above, the 90s and above, right? 1, 2, 3. We got to count Karsgaard because it's just under. There's basically 4 there, really.
Yeah.
I don't know if we see 4 in this game. I think we might see 2 or 3, maybe. But Rapid have been good defensively recently, so I'm definitely expecting the clean sheet. That Jonas Huar, the left back, he's been scoring really well, as is that Quafeld fella, the left centre half. So yeah, no, there's definitely 70 pluses in most of these cards quite comfortably. But that Christopher Lang's really good. He got a move from another Austrian team, I think, and has done pretty well so far. Obviously, we know Gruel and Bergstaller obviously can score goals. It could be a bloodbath.
Yeah, that could be a big one. And I was going to look at the table, but we'll slide past that in a second. So yeah, SC Barcelona, not FC Barcelona. And I think that's an Ecuadorian team, isn't it? They're at home. I don't think they've got any cards, do they? So I think so. We don't need to worry about that. But there's the Austrian table real quickly for us. Rapid Vienna looking to really secure top 6 to get into playoff situation to get European football for next year. So a real 6-pointer for them, where they have to beat this team. Do they need goal difference? Yeah, I suppose they're doing quite well for that, and if they could do better, it will probably help them as well. So, yeah, big game for Vienna, and they'll definitely be looking to pad the stats on this one. But I think we can switch past Ecuador there and just go straight back to the Premier League and look at the Manchester derby, because Man City being this highly rated in the match, in the world football sphere, they're the 7th highest favourite team to win their match in the world at the moment this weekend, and it's a derby against Man United. Now, Man United are actually not as memeable as what they have been recently, so fist bump to Laird, sorry, I meant to catch him there. But we've got confirmation Grealish won't be playing this game, so last time I checked this, it was 50-50 with Doku and Silva, but I think the fact that you don't have Grealish, Guardiola does like that bit of Arsenal. You need like genuine pace on a wing somewhere. Yeah. Even though Grealish doesn't really burn past people these days, he does have that threat, and Doku obviously is unashamedly that way. So I think I don't think he starts Bernardo Silva in this kind of shape.
Not fair anyway. It'd be for Alvarez, wouldn't it? If anything, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And you can't drop Foden, you can't drop De Bruyne, so yeah, it is that sort of that Alvarez spot, I guess, that's up for grabs in some way. I don't know. He always seems to throw a spanner in the works, so in defence, doesn't he, Quinny? Like, there's always something.
I don't think so this week, but I think Stones is on good form. He probably comes in over Akanji, and then the rest of the team kind of picks itself with availability. I think this is looking at this team now, you could easily see Haaland double decisive. Even just the main ones that you're going to be looking at in terms of the power players, but De Bruyne and Rodri should be rinsing 80s, and the whole back four really. We know how good AA, Ake, and Stones can do on a game like this if they are getting high in the pitch.
The reason why Walker's playing here is because he has to mark Garnacho. That's the only reason Walker starts this game, because of his pace. Yeah, effectively, they need to counteract Manchester City. Manchester United's. Garnacho. He's sort of there. He's their Doku, really, isn't he? You could argue. Diallo's back in the fight now. That right wing position for United, I don't even want to look at it. We can just. It's just hard. It's just a really hard thing to view, to be honest. But no, I mean, they're not as bad as they once were. Let's say. I know they haven't really.
Mate, look at that defense.
But I know it's tough to look at. It is. I know. It really is.
It's honky tonk.
It's still disjointed. This team isn't a team. I'm not having Rashford as a not. There's so many things I could critique here and be like, this team doesn't have no chance. But it's 11v11, Quinny, and sometimes weird things happen in football. And I'm not saying this is the week I'm going to bet United to beat Man City, but sometimes when you think they're literally down and out, that's when they just go and shock you sometimes. And I don't know. It's a weird one, but the team's in a bad shape. Let's not kid ourselves. It really, really is.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be Salzburg we jump to in a second anyway, so that's fine. We've kind of looked at Austria already, but I just want to have a wee peek at the table just to see where Man United sit, because they are in 6th at the moment on 44 points, so they're in that kind of spot again of flatter into, their league position does not wholly befit the performances and the way their seasons really went, but they have the points. There's no arguing against that. A dead even goal difference, but probably is what lets you kind of see behind the curtain of how they've actually been playing. Quite fortunate to have the points fall the way they have. But Man City, this is 6 points for them, isn't it? That title race is just, if you slip, you're out now, I think, for that top three. Because whoever does win it is going to run the whole way. That's the way it's going to be. Whoever does win it is just going to knock out, win relentlessly now, I think. So it's going to be almost like survival of the fittest for that Premier League running, and City at home should be mad motivated for it. I think that's a really scary one to watch out for. But like you say, the clean sheets might not kick in. And that crazy derbiness, if Man United do score 3, we could cripple that whole defence, just with goals concessions and stuff, So, maybe one to be watching out for. And then we've got Salzburg, who we could have maybe just done when we were at Vienna, if I'd noticed they were so closely together. But they're at home this weekend. We don't actually have a Salzburg team, by the way.
Yeah, we don't have predictions, which is weird. I don't know what that's all about.
I'd probably say it's safe to imagine it's similar to the team that just won 7-0. I don't think that could have changed the 7-0 team too much, unless someone's injured or whatever. Just call it a hunch at this point. But if you're a Salzburg card holder, you're probably a little bit closer to it than me and Harry anyway. So that's fine. We can just skip past Salzburg. Then at home at Klagenfurt, they should smash them. We then get Inter, who are at home at Genoa. Now, Genoa have been one of these little funny teams. I'm not too sure where they sit in the table at the moment, but since getting promoted last year from Serie B, they were rather ambitious in the transfer market. They signed Retegui, who came from Mexico, was getting Italy caps and was getting like a lot of like some big Italian teams were after him reportedly, you know. So anyway, Inter are going from strength to strength at the moment, league and in Europe. Team looks pretty good. We see Sanchez coming in here ahead of Lukaku from the looks of it. But otherwise, it kind of picks itself again, doesn't it? Asllani over Calhanoglu, maybe as an injury there.
I think it's
And then
just resting
Augustus
for midweek because
Yeah.
of the Champions League and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Genoa Goodmanson's on fire still. He's still scoring goals.
Goodmanson, yeah.
Dragusin obviously left for Tottenham, didn't he? Still some good players in there, but yeah, it is hard to see anything other than, you know, a nice little into 2-0, I'd say, clean sheet, and yeah, off you go into the midweek kind of thing.
They're cruising at the top of the table. Hakan injured.
Yeah, a little injury.
Sorry, I've missed a bit of the chat, guys. Sorry. I don't know why, but it didn't keep scrolling for me there. Yeah. Genoa, somebody's saying 10 losses. I think that's for Man United. I thought it might be Genoa, but yeah, they are on 9 losses. So Genoa have lost less games this year than Man United, who are 12th in Serie A at the moment. So that's an interesting little thing there. But Inter have only lost once this year. 3 draws, that might change, you know, if it was to be a banana skin, but I don't think it will be. Probably another win, then 12 points clear, going on 15. Juve Napoli also this weekend. So yeah, Inter strong Serie A Scudetto favourites. But yeah, one of the games we said in the intro and the tip-off to the show that could be underrepresented, let's say, on this leaderboard that we've got of matchups is Rijeka at home to Vazadin. Because Rijeka have got a really good squad, which we'll have a look at in a second, score lots of goals. And again, in Croatia at home to some of the lesser teams, like it can be a one-sided affair. But guys, we're only on 28 likes on YouTube. The first magic number we want to get to is 67. We've got over 120 Soria Scouts and Managers, 130 on YouTube. We've got a bunch of these on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook as well. Whenever you're watching the show, be sure to hit the like button. But on YouTube is where I can see the number, and I see it's 29. Can we get it up to 67, guys? And we'll do a wee giveaway. We want to get these cards given out to you guys before the deadline. So hit the like button, get involved before we do the giveaway later on. But yeah, Harry boy, Rijeka's a team you're a bit closer to than me, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, but they're missing a couple of their sort of better players. Tony Fruk suspended. Ivanov, what's this? The other one, Ivanovic or something. Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, Jankovic. Sorry, yeah, there's a couple out. So yeah, it could be a bit of a false one, maybe in a weird way. Like they've still got Piaka, and it's still a good. You know, maybe defensively, you could argue that they're probably a bit better than Mitrovic is back into the side after being injured for a little while. And yeah, maybe in a weird way, it is quite overrated. I can kind of agree because they are missing a few key players in certain positions. You know, when we're talking attackers and whatever. So yeah, in a weird way, it might not be like, you know, a 3-4, you know, nil. It could just be like a 1-2
The backup keepers in.
that doesn't, yeah, that's not ideal at all.
So yeah, maybe take a wee bit of salt with it, you know.
Yeah, like Piaka probably still scores pretty well, and you know the guys you're probably going to play are still there-ish. Yeah.
Rijeka at the moment sitting top of the table. Vazadin conceded 29 goals in 23 games, third from bottom on 26 points. So yeah, definitely stacked up for like over 2.5 goals to the home team. Get a wee win. Maybe the clean sheet's there or not. We'll see how that shakes out. And then from there, Auxerre in Ligue 2 is next up. So I say it's quite a far spread. We've had Ecuador, we've had 2 games in the Prem, we've had some Austria, Croatia, and now we're in the second division of France for Auxerre at home to Valenciennes it is. So Auxerre heavily favoured. They're at top of the table at the moment on 51 points after 26 games. They've scored 51 goals. They are only on 3 losses, kicking ass in this division. And Valenciennes are bottom. Sorry, guys, I thought I had this all on screen for you. They have conceded 37, only scored 17 in 26 matches, 15 points to their name. Wowzers. That could be OP.
Big time. That could be the one, couldn't it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really get any nicer for like that Hain, the number 10. There's some Perrin, there's some good players in here. Paul Jolly, the right back's been scoring ridiculously well, as is one of the centre halves, Jabal. Yeah, there's some big S5 cards here that could kind of just do what they've been doing. You know, another day at the office maybe, because yeah, opposition is probably so weak, and yeah, it's definitely an interesting one.
Not many cards. But there is some.
Knockout plays for them, by the way, which I didn't realize. That's mad.
Is that the knockout?
Anthony Knockout, yeah, it must be.
Oh, well, that's funny.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a player. He's a bit of a maverick. Bottom man of
yeah.
League Two, but it's a bit of a fall from grace, to say the least.
I
Must be
know.
old. AF.
Yeah, he's got to be getting on a bit.
Yeah, Auxerre are a very well stacked League Two club as far as they go, certainly. Anyway, so in Division 2, we might see them reigning supreme as well as maybe some caps and some All Stars. I do know Leicester aren't too far behind them. Yeah, there's a couple of spots behind them on this list. And then we come back to Croatia for Hajduk Split, who are second in the table, I think. And they're at home to Istra, who are normally a bottom half. No, I think they're kind of, where are Istra normally? They're kind of in amongst it a wee bit. I think they were quite low last year, but I think this year they're actually not too bad.
Hajduk, someone said in the chat then, Ian says it there, it's probably the better game. I think they probably have the better SO5 scores, I'd say, than Riker, like for this fixture / who they have available. Brecalo's been really good since going back from Fiorentina. Livage's kind of picked up form a little bit, that left winger as well. Sahiti, however we pronounce his name. They've got some decent cards that could really smash. So yeah, I'd fancy this to be maybe the better SO5 friendly game. Yeah.
When you see Lavaya and Brecalo in the front three, yeah, sure, yeah. I can get behind
Curtains,
that.
Isn't it? Yeah, but Istra started off like incredibly bad, and they're still bad, but like they picked up a couple of results recently. I know the table wouldn't show it, but they've sort of been punching above their weight in certain games. But yeah, I think this one's probably too much for them.
I agree. We've then got Chengdu Rongcheng in the Chinese Super League. So we've got China come back. Do we have lineups? This would be hilarious if we did.
Maybe we do.
We do. So. We've got lineups for China. We've got lineups for China.
We are back, by the way. We are fully back.
Love it. I'm going to check my guy who plays in China now. I didn't think these teams would load. Let's see. Oh, there's a Kangwa. Not the king, but there's a Kangwa.
Not the king. Yeah, not the king. Maybe his brother. Long lost.
So where's I don't think we have got the Man City team, do we? Or is it the Chengdu team? I forget who my guy plays for. I forgot what they're called. I thought it was like Shenzhou or something. But yeah, Shenzhen. We'll check out the China one just for a bit of banter here. But who's next on the list? We'll have something serious. We've got Anderlecht, Fenerbahce and Leicester. Oh, cool. And then this section of the list is maybe a bit closer to some of the names we kind of see sometimes, like Leverkusen, Leicester, Fenerbahce. It's just that section above them on the list is just, oh yeah, the Man City team are here. My boy starts. Yeah. This could be fun. Against Greentown. What do we know about Greentown? Are they good? Hope not. The defence score badly.
I don't know. Some nice SO5 scores there if we're talking. It's a sea of green.
I don't know, 35,
well.
53, 40.
So look at the striker. He's like 80.
Yeah, striker's the striker, but I suppose this defence is worse, isn't it? Just promoted from League Two, but so right. Man City effect, hopefully. Got a few guys in there. Matt Ortiz, Garcia. Hopefully these guys are Dragulic, Ependi. Hopefully they know their stuff.
Well, the expert's in the chat right now, Quinny. Lunik. As in, like, the guy who does all the Chinese stuff, so.
Nice. Lunik, thanks very much, mate, for the work you do, mate. Top man.
Love that.
Team in China went bust end of season. Not too sure what's happening with the J-League. Jonas Hoffman, please come back. We need to beg Xabi Alonso, I think, more than we need to beg Jonas Hoffman. But we'll definitely send the thoughts and prayers. Who is next? Was it Leverkusen? No, it's Anderlecht.
Anderlecht, yeah.
Anderlecht, Fenerbahce. So let's see who have Anderlecht got, because they've been kind of delivered. It's funny because Anderlecht are always a team that a lot of Sorare managers, when they start their journey, think, oh yeah, I know Anderlecht. They should do good in Belgium. And then they buy a snack, they buy a team, and Anderlecht have been horrible on SO5 for ever. A
couple of years, yeah.
But this year, maybe not as much, you know?
No, they've been a lot better. They've been a lot better, mate. Brought in a bit of quality, Hazard coming in. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Yari one is the biggest worry for me. I've avoided using him right now because apparently took a knock last week. He might not recover, so that's one that I don't want to miss out on, but it looks like I might have to in a horrible way. But yeah, no, the team's doing well. Drea, Dolberg's actually on the list of, who is it? Valencia and somebody else. I saw the article earlier. If someone else saw that in the chat, let me know. But it was another team, like a better team maybe than Valencia. They're after him. But yeah, Hazard, there's some good SO5 boys in here. They're still not unbelievable for it, but they're still, you can pick out a few cards there and go, you know what? Yeah, I could play a Hazard this week. I think he's like AAA this week, So, yeah.
Should be good. And then, Fenerbahce. And they are at home away to Atayaspor, is it? I'm going to guess.
Yeah, I think so.
It is Atayaspor. There we go. So, Fenerbahce, again, but they feature quite a lot on the deadline show because they're a team that are so well stacked. And again, guys, there's about 150 of you here now. Thanks very much to everyone that's joining and supporting the show on YouTube and everyone else. But before you get comfy, make sure to hit the like button. So they're owning control of the internet. You probably know the script. You know how it goes. Do yourself a favour, help the show, all that good stuff. But Hatayspor, this is the team they're set to line up with if you're maybe unlucky enough this weekend to have any of these guys in your team. And the lucky Fenerbahce guys. So we've got Undertaker back in the house. Cengiz Under is back in the team. Dzeko and Tadic. That's a front. This is a really good actual full 11, isn't it? Maybe a bit of a question mark with some of these guys in defence not being first choice, but really good midfield. If Szymanski does start, and that front three is great as well. That's kind of what you'd think beginning of the season you would see more of for Fener. And when this team does play together, like Cengiz Under has scored well when he started, but he's just not always been fit. This could be a good one. Away from home kind of dampens the ceiling expectations, doesn't it? But
yeah. Sorry, Josh says Tadic will find a way. Still find a way, sorry, to ruin a lineup. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Fener have been weird recently. Szymanski coming off the bench and Tadic not sort of firing off all cylinders. I don't know. It's been a weird one for them. They were smashing it for a little period of time. Yeah, but maybe on the decline somewhat. SO5 wise, I don't know.
Wow, undefeated away from home.
Wow, okay, that's impressive.
Very
impressive. Yeah.
And the home team have only won 4 of the 13 home matches, which is rather rubbish. So, yeah, maybe the stats actually do quite shake out. That's a good away fixture.
Yeah, for sure. What's that, Leicester?
Yeah, so next up we've got Leicester at home to QPR. Leicester, a lot of people were fancying it to do good this year, and they have been delivering. Not as high on the list, but the stats still kind of ring really nice. 70% chance to win, and those predicted scores for midfield, forward, and defence are all, those opposition indicators are all really strong. So Leicester, yeah, if they continue to line up this strong, then I think the stackers will be really happy. We've got is that an Ultimate Champions card, or is that a card that's Nelson?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I've never seen him, honestly. Genuinely not seen him.
Hard to know. It looks like he's in over Connor Cody. Maybe he's picked up an injury. But otherwise, yeah, Dewsbury Hall, Ricky P, Daka.
Big Patterson. Yeah, they lost to Leeds, didn't they, last Friday, which was a massive defeat for them, in their, race for the title and whatever. Yeah, Leeds turned them over. So, yeah, they'll definitely want to bounce back this weekend, 100% against, QPR team that aren't necessarily great. Yeah, they got a few names in there. Chris Willock's in there. Chia, however you pronounce his name. He's all there. He's like the new adult Tarap, I think, the left winger for QPR.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's quite flary and stuff and got a bit about him. But yeah, struggling. So Leicester should walk all over him, I think, but who knows?
This gives me vibes of Southampton Huddersfield a few weeks ago.
I mean,
that was like 4-3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're rubbish away from home, but QPR, it must be said. We'll quickly flick on the Braga team. I don't think we normally get Braga predicted lineups, but we'll see if we can get it since they're next on the list before we get to Leverkusen, which will be, I say, rather more exciting probably for the Soria Scouts and managers that are joining us here for this one. If we can find Portugal, can we see the Braga team? Do we have a Braga prediction? We'll find out. And we're going to try and get the giveaway done, guys, in the next 20 or 30 minutes. But we need to get the likes flying in. We're at 55, which is great. But we need to get to 67, ideally 88, ideally 100. As many likes as we can get, guys. If you're comfy and you're enjoying the show today, hitting the like button. Let us know you're having a good time. Let YouTube know. Support the show, support the channel, and we'll get the giveaways underway. But yeah, we've got no Braga team. So I think we can quickly jump across to Leverkusen and just throw that one up. And we'll see if Xabi Alonso is ringing in the changes or he's going to be keeping it consistently best 11. And it is, drum roll please at home, Hoffman in, it looks like.
Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah. We're acting as if like Xabi Alonso like does the play sharper predictions in his spare time. He's just an elite SM5 player.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, wouldn't put it past him. But I don't know.
How else would he know it's saying Grimaldo?
Good point. Yeah, it's nothing to do with
and Boniface.
Yeah, they're not both Spanish or anything, or you know. Yeah, I
don't
know
know.
Boniface. Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's an SO5 pick.
That is an SO5 pick. I agree.
And Hoffman.
Well, I don't know. He's been around for a year. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe he does play SO5. Yeah. I think him and Frankie de Jong have got a multi-accounting situation going on. Xabi Alonso and Frankie de Jong. Yeah, I don't know, mate. It's been a bit weird, hasn't it? Like, he's gone with Adli over the last couple of games in some of those. I think it was against Bayern, maybe, for a bit of pace up front. Yeah, it's been quite tough to kind of gauge what he's kind of going to do because Hoffman hasn't really been starting, has he? So, I don't know. I really don't know. It's hard to say. Like, is he should he be 70%? Like, I don't know what's there to back that up. You know, maybe it's injuries to your Schickson and Glaziers. I really don't know because it doesn't look like there's anyone else in contention. So maybe it does make sense.
Yeah, well, Cologne, we'll check out where they're at in the table, but this is the team that they'll be listing if you've got any of the cards. Florian Kainz on a 40, set piece taker. I don't think it'll be a good week for him. Schwabi in goals. We see him in some teams quite often. The right click move worked earlier on, but it didn't work that time. After Leverkusen, it'll be Rennes, Hamburg. We've got Bayern. So we'll probably have a wee sneaky peek at Bayern since we're here in Germany at the moment. Keep it a wee bit coherent in that way because Bayern are second, 8 points behind Leverkusen before this one. And Cologne find themselves in the bottom 3, disconnected from safety really at this stage. So they're still fighting for their life. There'll be no two ways about that. But 8 point gap to safety, it's definitely a bit of a mountain to climb for little Cologne. But Bayern are playing Friday night for the second week in a row. Does that work? Oh wow, I've managed to do something weird here. But yeah, cool. Oh, so I think that was the advice I got in the chat. So this is the Freiburg team. This game's tonight. I'm not sure if we got the press conference yesterday or today, but the Bayern team is normally rather predictable.
It was yesterday, I think. Yeah, they're basically going with Kim Min-jae and Eric Dyer, I think, over, I think it was like Upa and somebody else. Oh, yeah. And I think DeLitt might be injured or something. I don't know. But I've seen Haber on Twitter like flabbergasted at the fact that, he was having Eric Dyer, or like the man at Tuchel's buzzing off Eric Dyer so much, which, yeah, does seem quite crazy. But, yeah, I don't know. This is another big game for them away from home. Kane scored a couple, I think, last week, so could be a decent play. I mean, Muller at 43. Sané. Yeah, Sané is. I saw a picture of him. He's running, but like he's not. I don't think he's joining in with like full training or something. So, yeah, I mean that's a weakened front three. Like apart from Tell, who's very young and whatever, there's no pace in that front three. If we, obviously Tell's
zero,
but zero pace. So Musiala trying, will have to do everything basically box to box and trying to get in behind in channels and whatever. He'll have to do a lot of the running because I'm not saying Muller's slow, but like he's not rapid, obviously, and neither's Kane. So yeah, it's going to be a weird one. That actually, I don't know how that falls.
I think that favours Davies starting. What's the script with Davies? He's been half and half, hasn't he?
He's been injured, and it felt like they said yesterday that he's not going to play. To be honest, Quinny. So I don't think he's actually going to get rested. And then you've got Kimmich on the other flank, who obviously has played right back for a long time. He's not unfamiliar with that position, but I don't know. It just feels like a weird Bayern team, doesn't it? Like there's no Sané, Coleman, Kane. There's no Kimmich, Goretzka sitting and Musiala at 10. Like it's just not as, I don't know. It just doesn't flow as well as it probably has previously. I don't know.
Or
I think we'll see.
Zaragoza? Because
Yeah,
Zaragoza''s
Zaragoza.
got like,
He's rapid. Yeah.
pace.
He is the definition of pace. So it's like they might need that if they've got Muller on one wing. I know Tell's not, like we said, he's still athletic and quick, but like, you know, that sort of Doku pace that can just explosive. Like that's what Zaragoza is, obviously, right? So it's like you might need that if you don't have a Sane, if you don't have a Coleman playing, that you need to replace it.
Could be a good game for Grifo, certainly. I know there's a few holders of him about. Atubolu is probably not going to be a good week for you, sadly. Well, maybe it could be. You know, if they don't score 3, you know, some good AA potentially, shots in that, you know, so.
Potentially.
There's Bayern. Quite low on the list this week. We kind of got to them a little bit ahead of schedule there. But the next team we've got up is Rennes. And I actually think Rennes, again, on paper, on Sorare, matchup tab builder and lineup builders and all that good stuff. Rennes, for the few Rennes cards I've got, they ring out as having a huge advantage this game week. They're at home to Lorient, who I think are like 17th or something like that. And the Rennes team, who still, have they been eliminated from Europe officially yet? I can't remember. Are they still in it? Forgotten how it's shaken. But they are like a European class team, still looking to try and qualify into Europe for next season. So it's a big, big game for them. I say Lorient, 16th, I beg your pardon. Neck and neck with Montpellier, just disconnected from Le Havre and Strasbourg and Nantes. Maybe even Toulouse comes into that reckoning there. Maybe even Lyon still come into the reckoning there. So the relegation battle is quite ferocious there, it must be said. But Rennes at the top of the table, and we've seen Guiri last week, I think it was, or the week before, with a proper Galazzo. So if he's starting and he's at home, L1544, could be a nice wee Guiri week.
Could be, yeah. He's been quiet recently, to be fair. Outside of that PSV goal, Quinny, I literally don't think he scored a goal for months, genuinely. Like, he's really been quiet. So, hopefully, that goal can give him the confidence that he needs to kind of kick on. But, yeah, this team's just full of SO5 cards, like, you kind of want to play. Santa Maria, Bougigoat, and Terrier, they're all serious cards. And, like, Mandanda probably is in line for a nice little cleanie maybe this week, hopefully for yourself and all the Rennes holders. And then, the 70s are quite frustrating to see, aren't they? You know, like from a play sharper perspective, you know, you like to see the 80s and whatever. But I think, I assume they play midweek. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to guess they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Let's have a double check. Let's have a look at Rennes. I think they got a decent draw. I think they're not playing maybe like a Villarreal type team. I don't think it is Villarreal, but
it was Milan, wasn't it? Didn't they beat Milan?
Oh, it was Milan. No, Milan spanked them. They're out. Aye, they're out.
Yeah, they scored 3 goals against them, so it couldn't have been.
They're out. I'm sure.
Yeah, Bougigoat scored hat-trick.
Did he? Yeah. No, they're out. They're not out, are they? Oh no, they did. They won 3-2. No, but they lost 3-0 the first game.
Right. Yeah.
The 5-3 they get creamed. AC Milan progress, I seen that result there. I was like, oh my god, I'm pure speaking out of turn here so badly, but no, AC Milan did make it through. I think it was the aggregate score I've still got in the back of my head, that 5-3.
They played last night, Andrew said, and most of the starters played. So I know Andrew's fuming right now behind that message.
So last night is Thursday night, and this is Sunday at 4:00. No midweeks for Rennes. I just closed that tab there, but they're not going to play again until next weekend. You know, I don't think there's any France midweek, is there? So, they need the points. You know, like I showed you with the table, they're still fighting for European spots. So, I don't think. I think they will just be playing their best team if they can. You know, unless somebody's not available. But then get Hamburg there at home to Osnabrück. I'm sure that is.
Yeah.
What time are we at? We're coming at 10-2, guys. Get the likes up. We're at 62, guys. Come on, I'm sure we can get to 67. If not, 88, because there's many more of you here now joining us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and all the other places. So thanks very much to everyone that is joining us, tuning in. Let us know any last-minute news you're catching on the timeline or anywhere else as we try and get all the predicted 11s in before the deadline. Hamburg, this is the team for you. Venues have got the cards. Don't really know any of them, sorry. And Osnabrück the same. Cuisance! Cuisance!
I think Sean has his unique right now.
Oh, that's hilarious. Cuisance.
Yeah, Cuisance is back.
Maybe. For Osnabrück.
Where
are they?
The
bottom. From Bayern to bottom of Bundesliga 2 in 2 seasons?
2 or 3.
3 probably, you're maybe right there. Now, I don't know why this game is high on the matchup tab, because I think this game is going to be like 5 each. I think this is going to be end to end. I said in my score prediction preview thing for the Premier League this weekend that just with how unashamedly Ange is with his team, and as we've seen already from the first 2 matches of Ole Glasner at Crystal Palace, he's not really adapting his Frankfurt tactics much to suit the Premier League. That might happen a little bit. Maybe it has a little bit in terms of personnel, in terms of fullbacks rather than attacking wingers in the wide areas, whatever. But he's very much still keeping in the same vein. And this game just feels like it's Tottenham Crystal Palace I'm talking about. It feels like to me it's going to be like a Dortmund Frankfurt game, you know, where it's just going to be end to end. It's going to be 3 each at half time. And I reckon it's going to be something crazy. This one, like, we've got Werner coming in, which I'm buzzing about. Richarlison's out for 3 to 4 weeks. We've seen Hendo saying in the chat earlier. And I think a few more of you are catching us with that one. But otherwise, it's a pretty strong team for Tottenham. They're only missing the right back, which would be Pedro Porro. Otherwise, a pretty strong first 11 there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, Tottenham feel like they're always involved in cricket scores. So, yeah, it feels like new manager bound for Palace and scored a couple of goals last week. I still think Tottenham win it. But yeah, there could be a few goals in this. They definitely could.
Madison, Basuma, Sarr's a good midfield. And then, Palace playing that Frankfurt ball. 3 at the back, attacking wing-backs rather than, normally like vintage Frankfurt, this would be like Kostic and Knauf, whatever you call them. So much more like get into the box or like Kostic. I called him in my video, the Palace Glasner video, I called him artillery out that side. Like, it's just get him the ball and then he would spray a ball into the channel, play across, do whatever. So it's Munoz and Mitchell, which are a bit more full-backy, let's say, but definitely feel that, Tottenham want to defend like 3-on-3, Van de Ven, Vicario and Romero, and Palace will take that all day with Eze, Ayew and Mateta. They'll go 3 for 3, and when Tottenham lose the ball. So I think could be good. This Wharton's taken to the Premier League quite quickly in this system as well. I've heard people calling him Declan Rice level potential. So this could be a fun one to watch. I'll be tuning into it as a neutral, certainly, or as an observer of the game, or whatever you want to think of it as. But seriously, I don't know why this is high in the matchup tab as a Tottenham win. I think this is going to be crazy. I don't know how you can predict this one. How do you feel about it, Harry? Am I biasing you? I don't know.
I think Tottenham do win it. I do, to be honest. But yeah, I can agree with you. I think there'll be goals, 3-2s, 3-1s, maybe. I don't see Palace winning it personally, even though they'll definitely be high on confidence and stuff, new manager and whatever. But no, I still think Tottenham at home, Madison's back and Son. It feels hard to not call it a Tottenham win.
Yeah, spaces for Frankfurt, Crystal Palace. We'll give the likes of Kulusevski, Son and Werner and Madison will probably. I think both teams are going to score a bucket of goals in this one, and I daren't predict a winner. I would have this as like a crazy high scoring draw. And then we've got our first Russians showing up for the game week. We've got CSKA Moscow, not Zenit. We've got CSKA Moscow there at home to a team I don't recognise there. I think
it's Orenburg, I think.
Was it Orenburg? There we go.
Yeah, I think so. But
Orenburg. Oh no, I didn't know them.
Yeah, that's the Florentine. Gabriel Florentine's team.
Of course,
he's there. But Diviev or Diviv. He's the cheat code for the weekend, Quinny, L15
Wow, Diviv is a smasher. If you're unfamiliar, get familiar. We're on 70 likes, guys. Thank you very much. Let's run up to 88 now. But yeah, Diviv on a 0. Love that.
I managed to get a rare in. I was after a super off Hendo, but somebody beat me to it. But he's my 240 cheat this weekend for rare anyway. But CSK, a decent team. Divyev's been out for months. Shalov and Oblakov.
Akinfeev. It's just all old gold here, isn't it?
I know. There's so much nostalgia attached to this because, like, when I first joined the platform, like my first cards were like Douglas Santos. Like they were literally the first cards I bought. Szymanski was playing there for Dynamo. So, the Russian cards do hold a dear place in my heart a little bit.
Aye, I was a Spartak Moscow guy. I liked a bit of Jordan Larson and Sobolev and all that stuff. Russian football was good, man, before they went and did all the stuff that happened and whatever. Let's not talk about that. But anyway, we've then got Pachuca in Mexico. So we're going from Russia to Mexico. Quite a change of climate. And do we have Pachuca cards, like licensed, or is it just transfers? We don't even have, they're at home to Juarez. We don't have a predicted lineup for that.
No, they just have the best card in Mexico, basically, in Idrissi.
Oh, of course, your boy plays for them. That's why I had that
Yeah.
wee urge in my mind to try and look at their team, even though
I
it's
don't know if they have anyone else actually, like literally at all, that's licensed. They might have a couple, but no one that stands out. And then yeah, Bromby's an interesting one. I don't think we have predictions for that, maybe, but it's Daniel Wass and those boys.
I was going to say, I think we'll finish this run with Universitario. So we're going to go at Ankakaru, Bromby, Liverpool, Zenit, Celtic, QSG, Universitario, and then we'll do the giveaway. I've got some deadline madness. I've had to delete all my super rare teams because the rumour is Callum McGregor might have a bit of an Achilles injury. He's been apparently cited with a big boot on, and we know that's not good news. So I've had to delete everything for some deadline drama. We'll do that after the giveaway, after we crunch out the rest of these games. But also, guys, we'll maybe get Harry, since I'll be at the hatches getting the lineups out. If there is any requests for any teams you want to see in the second half of the stream, as it were, fire them into the chat. We'll maybe get Harry on, play sharper duty after deadline drama it up. But the next team we do have here, so I can try and do all in the one breath, is Ankagaru. So if you have any Ankagaru cards in Turkey, look on screen now. Pedrinho in the heart of midfield there. Or Pedrinho, sorry. Alisson attack.
He's scoring very well right now, Pedrinho.
Yes, indeed. And they're playing Istanbulspor, whose team is on screen now. So if you've got any of those cards, there you go and good luck. Bromby. Now, I'm not sure I've got a Bromby card, and I don't think we normally get their predicted lineup. Sadly, we don't. We don't have them. They're at home to Village, but this is going to be a very good game for Bromby cards. So if you're lucky like me to have a Daniel Wass, then buckle up. Again, back to the Premier League for a game that could be any scoreline feasibly. Nottingham Forest they've got some talent, man. They can score goals against probably anyone, but they're not collecting points. They're probably not going to be safe this year. The team is on screen now if you fancy Forest at all in any way, shape or form. But seeing Matt Sells in goals definitely wouldn't give me much confidence that they're going to keep Liverpool at bay, whose predicted team is on screen now. And we've got Clark and Bradley looking to come into this one after the Cup heroics.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a depleted Liverpool team, isn't it? But there's still quality there. And
whatever I said, sorry. Or whatever it's meant to be. I apologise.
Liverpool would normally struggle away to Forest, Callum says. Yeah, it's not the easiest fixture in the world, is it, by any means? Especially with, like I said, depleted squad. So, Mo Nunes and Slob are ready. Wow. That quick, is it?
Yeah, I heard they were pictured in training. See this quote here? I've kind of seen this on Twitter. Mm-hmm. This thing here. Salah is completely ruled out for the match as well.
That kind of changes things a little bit then if they're having that sort of quality come in. I would say.
I suppose it does.
Yeah, I still fancy Liverpool though. I do, regardless of who kind of plays. I know it's Forest. They're not bad, but I still don't think it's
gives them a wee bit more of a. If they see a team sheet like that, they'll feel a bit better before kickoff, won't they?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
So yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not quite as one-sided as I thought. But Monday night is. Oh no, it's not Monday night. That's Arsenal. This will be Saturday 3:00. Yeah, it is. But yeah, I think like I said earlier, whoever does win this league, I just don't think they're going to stop between now and the end of the season. And I think Liverpool are kind of in stride at the moment, so I just can't see them being stopped. But yeah, maybe seeing how weak that or weakened the team is potentially, maybe I've kind of overestimated them this weekend, perhaps. And Zenit are against Spartak.
Yeah, big game for them. Not exactly easy, I don't think. But this is obviously the second half of this Russian league, so things change and players come in, and there's so much there's so many unknowns, I guess, is probably the best way to describe it. So yeah, you can't really, just like nothing's a given really at this point. Like we're literally just starting the league again. So yeah, we'll see how it all pans out.
Funky Cold Medina on the left, Victor Moses is on the right. This Moscow team's got a bit of character about it for sure. Sobolev, big dolphin face, is still in town. And yeah, Maximenko's in goal, so who would have thought it? Zenit team's on the screen as well, if you're interested in that. Sam Ty's rejoicing, Wilmer Barrios, L5 of 60s back in town, big AA monster.
Yeah, the boy's back. He's back.
And then after Zenit, we roll into the hoops. Now, like I was just mentioning, guys, rumour has it, I've not had it confirmed yet. There's a few people here waiting for the the press conference to drop out of Celtic Park so we can get any more confirmation. Also, Nugaldi debut. Wow, yeah, it could be a big runner for him. This is a Hearts team, so I know there's a lot. Hearts are very well stacked on the platform, so if you have any Hearts cards, here's a predicted team for you now. Rolls and Devlin on a 50-50 in defence, and Fraser and Forrest 50-50 on left wing here, but the rest seems pretty confirmed. And in the Celtic team, we've had a bit of an update. Bernardo probably the more likely to come in for McGregor, I would think. I need to change that Devlin because it's just messed with the screen there. So yeah, Carter Vickers on to start with Scales, Taylor and Johnson, no change. Only the enforced change to McGregor is the only thing that's kind of foreseen here for Celtic, and I would go along with that as well. Probably Bernardo, but actually thinking about Kyogo, I wouldn't be too surprised if it is him. McBride actually has him on the favoured to come into the fold. But I wouldn't be surprised if Rodgers keeps with the midfield three dynamic that we've seen midweek and just slides Bernardo into that position, or even Kelly, the young rookie who's played for Celtic B. I've seen all their Champions League football this season and seen the B Kelly play against Atletico Madrid and Lazio. Not the Feyenoord game, in fact, I did miss that one. And I'm quite surprised he's made the first team, to be quite honest with you, because out of the Celtic B team, like, he definitely stood out athletically, like as being like way ahead of his age group, like strength, stamina. Covered him and another guy. I forget who the other guy's name is. I can go and check the team sheets. It's not far from me if anyone cares enough. But there was him and another guy, and I kept thinking that it was one person and he was everywhere. And it might have been, but then I realised, oh no, because they had it was like their numbers were like 22 and 23 or something. You know, they had very similar numbers, same haircut, same kind of body shape and stuff. And when they're on the far side of the pitch, making tackles and passes and stuff, sometimes if you don't know them that well, you can be mistaken. So kind of surprised, but maybe I didn't give him the full credit on his performance. But again, like, anyway, is what it is. But maybe he plays. I'm de-risking McGregor entirely. I deleted all my super rare teams before the show today, and I need to work out what the hell the battle plan is, because I've not really been in this position of, no, Martin isn't going to play for Girona. McGregor's not going to play for Celtic. It's a weird conundrum I'm in, which is maybe a forced preparation of the new world, as everyone keeps, well, maybe it's just me, as it keeps getting referred to. We have USG up next, who were requested in the chat. So if you did request that earlier, it's organically coming up here because USG have got a good game. They are.
Yeah, they do.
At home. No, they're away.
Away to Oblazens, boys. Yeah.
Lyson and Pletnicek. And anyone else?
Yeah, they're struggling. This could be tough for Leuven. USG are just flying, aren't they? Always seem to concede though, which is obviously not ideal. But yeah,
just like Celtic.
Literally. Like, there's just no correlation between, winning games of football and keeping clean sheets, really, from what I've seen, especially in that Belgium league. Kevin seems to be throwing himself in places that probably shouldn't be, and he always seems to be bleeding or leg breaks and stuff. There's always something going wrong with K-Mac, but I still think it's a good little 2-1 maybe, 2-1 USG.
Yeah, they're probably going to take this one, aren't they? And then we're going to stick past Elche, and we're just going to go to Universitario, just because I like the fact that it's another corner of the globe for us to touch in the show today. So Universitario, if you're not familiar, are in Peru, and they're at home to Sport Huancayo, is my guess, is my attempt. And this is the team on screen if you have any such cards that play for Universitario. Probably not the goalkeeper, but these are kids. And then if you have any Huanchu cards, unlucky, no predicted team for them. And so guys, we do have a giveaway to do. Someone was asking the rules, but it's 71 likes, guys. I would love us to get to 88, but we're going to do the giveaway now. We've got 4 cards to give away. I think I had an offer come in. I don't know if someone was trying to buy a card or whatever, but I just wanted to check that notification because it's not updated on my screen here. We might have 5 cards to give away. Now, what we normally do is we ask a question, or we get the live chat to get involved in the show somehow with maybe we kind of memories or whatever it might be. But we've got 4 cards to give away, and I'm quite open to doing it in a few different ways, perhaps over the next kind of 5 minutes or so, just while we get into. Oh no, it was one that had already came through. It's just a delayed phone notification. That's grand. But Harry Boy, do you have a question for the chat? We'll give a card away first and foremost. I'll put the cards on screen so we can see what we're fighting for.
No, I don't right now. I could try and think of one.
I'm going to start with the first one to come in, which is Iker Benito, which is a 3D card here for Andorra. And he plays, can score some okay scores or whatever. I've got a question for you, okay? The game week at the weekend, the midweek is finished. I was running through my scores, my places, all that good stuff earlier on. And I was telling you that I finished 8th in Challenger and I won a tier 2. But what place did I finish? I just want the number. You don't need to put in any additional things like THs or NDs or RDs or anything. Just want a number. What position did I finish in Global All-Star? Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. I was 8th in Challenger. What position did I finish in All-Star? It wasn't 8, it was... We've got answers flying in, guys. I'll wait for you to catch up. Don't worry about THs, NDs, RDs, any kind of...
Yeah.
Don't worry about any of that. Just a number. What position was I? Just a wee number. That's all I'm after. Don't need any of the letters that follow. There's a bunch of answers flying in. Let's see who the first one is. It was, of course, I finished 38th. I was hoping to get the wee memory bells going and we could have got a quick answer in, a quick correct answer. Johnny TH was the first answer in, and he guessed, I think that's a lottery ticket. I think he's entered a lottery ticket into the show today. And sadly, none of the numbers were on his lottery ticket. Sorry, mate, your lottery ticket is in the bin. But the actual first answer we got was Liam King with the 38th, which is, he didn't need it, but he done it anyway. He spent the extra fractions of a second putting the TH in there for good measure, and it paid off. So Liam King, congratulations, mate. You have won the Iker Benito. I'm going to try and ship that to you now. And then, Harry Boy, have you got a question for card number 2? Help us out.
Oh, sorry. I didn't think I needed to.
You can get number 3 if you want. You can get number 3. Liam King, I just need you to confirm your club name for me, and I'll fire that over to you while we line up the next one. Now, the next one is an MLS. He's a Greek. Is he still in MLS? I'm sure he is. He's a Greek forward. Didn't play the last game, but let's see what happens with him. It is Georgios Koutsias. The Greek name has got me tripping up a little bit here.
Okay, I've got one.
Harry's got one for us. Right, chat, are you ready? Live chat, get ready to go.
New England Revolution played last night. Give me the exact score of Carlos Heal's brother in the game.
Oh, decimal point and everything.
Score. Yeah, decimal point, please. Go.
Love that. Love that, Harry.
Played 85 minutes. What was his score to the decimal point? Ooh, we've already got a correct answer, Quinny. Oh, there's some there, Quinny, that are like, there's 3 in a row that are all right, and they're literally like
on top of each other. What's the right answer?
Yeah, it's 86.4. Motadase is first for me, John O'Nesbitt second, and then Hugh Clark. They all got it right, but literally that's
6.4.
86.4, yeah.
The very first answer I've got, it says 86.4. Is this one?
Oh, no, it's Adam. Oh, no, it's Mig. Jesus, this is like completely like bugged. Wow. Yeah. Oh, is it?
That's the first one I've got.
Holy. Let's have a look.
They're all in the same minute. I've got timestamps here for them all. It was a flurry of scores. People must have knew it. People must have knew that one. It was on the tip of their tongue.
Yeah, me SSV. Yeah, it is. It is me SSV.
I've got me SSV. Thanks very much, mate. Congratulations. Liam King, if you did put your club name in, it's just been drowned. Give it to TJ Doc. I just wanted to win. Okay, cool. No problem. So let me go and do that. I see a name there. TJ Doc 85. This guy here. Awesome. Let me go and ship the first card over to that guy, which was the Andorra card. Andorra. Iker Benito. So let's ship that one off. Boom, boom. What have I missed? And then me SSV, I need your team as well.
I was just reading what James said about it being a comma, not a decimal.
Oh. You can't hold that against the Europeans. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Me SSV. Yes, I think you've got the same club name here, buddy. So we can put the... What was it, Kutas or something? Yeah, there he's there. Boom. Send that over to you, buddy. Congratulations. Now we've got 2 more cards to give away. Let's have a look at them. Let's see what we've got. We have We might even see these other ones shipping out in real time across the interweb to use all. The next one, let's do a Premier League card. We've got Joe Matip here, who was he in the, no, it's Kanate and Van Dijk, isn't it? He's not in the play this weekend, I don't think. Maybe he comes off the bench. You never know. Maybe he comes in for rotation. Could be a nice, fun one to win. What I want to know from the guys in the chat is... Oh, Matip's torn his ACL. So this is a bit of a booby prize. Let's do that one last then, okay? We'll do Jack Milne. Thanks again, Weasel Mount, for the donations. Thanks again to Ditchy. What was your name? Sam D. Sam D was the name in the chat. So yeah, we've got Sam Milne to give away next. We'll give this guy away. 3D card in SPFL, 20 years of age. And I'm going to ask the chat. I'm going to go with a Sorare score as well. Celtic, unfortunately, won by 7-1. It wasn't quite 7-0. The clean sheet didn't happen for us. What was Joe Hart's score in the game without his clean sheet that's ruined so many dreams and teams in the midweek? So to win the Jack Milne, let me know in the live chat now. And guys, when it's 76 likes, while you're hitting your answer in, get us to 88. Come on. We need to get to 88. Then we can get to 100. YouTube will know we're having a great time. We're having a great party. If you're watching this on Twitter, Twitch, of course, hit the like button, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Get involved. And yeah, the correct answer on the Joe Hart one is 42.7 is his correct score that he got. So I'm going to look for the first one of them. We had lots of answers flying in. We had lots of correct answers as well. But I think the first answer, oh yeah, the first answer was a correct one. And that is from Josh with the, is that the pie at Man United? Love that. So Josh, if you could just let me know your club name, buddy, and we'll get this one shipped over to you. Do you have a final question for us, Harry, to help us out? If you don't, it's fine.
Ooh, let's get another SO5 one with that. What
for the Joe Matip booby prize?
For the booby. Okay, I've got a decent one, I think. Right. So this midweek, a player in the J League scored 4 goals. Give me his second name. I don't need the first name. Give me his second name.
Love it.
4 goals, by the way, Connie.
That might have done me an all-star. Jack Milne at Waits for there, Josh. Congratulations, mate.
We have some correct answers, Quinny.
We do.
Yeah. I think the first one I see is Moldy. Jonathan was just after that, who was also right. But yeah, Moldy looks like he's nicked it.
Moldy, good man. You've picked up a torn ACL. And Moldy, what do we find your club name as? So I've put in Moldy and a few ones come up, buddy. So if you could just let me know your club name and we'll get that fired over to you as quick as humanly possible. Now, we're at 2:15. Maybe while we just wait for Moldy's club name to come into us, I'll be doing deadline drama once I've shipped that card. But in the meantime, Harry, do you want to maybe show us your teams what you're going to be lining up for this weekend, mate?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get on to that. I've got a stupid amount of teams this weekend, to be fair, Quinny. And before I do get into it, if anyone is after a little L15 or 0, I've got a couple of a couple of these cards flying around. He should play this weekend. He's 80% on Sharper, and I'll sell it. I'll sell them all for 10 quid, basically. If I've sold a couple already for a tenner and at 12 quid, actually, a couple of them. So if anyone needs an L15 or 0 guy for 240, then yeah, he could be a guy. Yeah, mental week, really. I've just got so many teams. I'm not like in love with any of them, which is never a good sign. But this is my Prem-in season. Yeah, all away. Like it's, I don't know. All my fixtures seem to be away this weekend, which is obviously not great. But yeah, some decent cards. You know, could score well, I guess. I've got a couple of Prem-in season comps, Prem-in season teams going out in that competition, but not really too fussed on the other two. All-Star under 23 Red Plus. Hopefully, Gluck plays for Salzburg. Obviously, no predictions. Ferreira hopefully he's back for Dallas. Labrovic with a nice little fixture for him. All-Star Rare's pretty strong. Uara hopefully can do the business at home. all at home, actually, to be fair.
Wow.
Idrissi.
Very good.
Yeah, not a bad all-star team. I picked up those Zenit boys earlier on this week. I've got under 23 Super Rare, obviously lacing with a tough fixture. Rest of the boys, Teze playing final. This is not ideal. Champ Rare all away from home again. This team was unlucky actually to not get a reward after Savio and Garcia's good performances on Monday night, I think it was. Well, maybe Sunday evening. I can't remember what it was, but Savio scored really well, but wasn't enough for a prize. All-Star Super Rare looks quite tasty, actually. Excited to have Big Igor Leschuk back in goal. I've got Verdonka, McCowan, 2 new Super Rares into the side, and yeah, Matson up front with Santiago Ramos Mingo as my extra player. Don't know. I've got a few. Like, I'm happy with the teams. I'm not just I'm not like, wow, there's one team where I'm like, wow, this team's like ridiculous. I never really think that, to be honest. But 240, I am gonna aim for the middle one because I'm just
Programmed.
I'm just programmed to do so. Like, I can't get up for the $60 right now. It needs to be like I was 20 points off the 400 last weekend, Quinny, which was really frustrating, actually. Yeah, like my Stravetta let me down as my captain, so I've stripped him of the captaincy this week and given it to Lafise, Yuito Suzuki. They're all at home, bar Kook. My issue this weekend for my Super Rare goalkeepers was fixtures. Don't have very good fixtures, between the 3 of them. So it's one of them where I'm not on it. Well, I say that Leschuk does have an okay fixture at home, but his L15 is like 60 odd, and it just obviously just doesn't work. Got a couple of decent lineups. 240, obviously with the Deviv L15 a 0. Got Busio. I know. Don't ask me why I've played Bazunu in here. I'm just waiting to be butthurt after the first half an hour when Birmingham scored 2 goals. But yeah, tried to fit in a few decent cards, with the L15 a 0. But yeah, man, I've got way too many teams for my liking, really, but I'm not going to complain. Like, it's a nice problem to have, because I'm not really used to it. Forsberg captain in the 270, Rodrigo Arbila, Montez and Ike Alvarez in there. Yeah, man, no, I'm happy with what I've got, but there's nothing that I'm like, wow, that team's like ridiculous, Where normally I might have one of them. It doesn't mean it wins anything, but I go into things thinking, yeah, that's a smasher. So yeah,
all pretty well rounded.
Yeah, but well-rounded definitely is probably the best word for it. I just don't know if anything's punchy enough. The under 23 Rare Plus could be on this day. All-Star Rare could be maybe, actually, if we're being honest. But again, it's we'll have to just wait and see. But I'm excited. I'm really, really excited.
So someone asked for a bit of an update if we had any last-minute call-outs or injuries or whatever. There's a shout in here, the chat from John O'Nisbet asking about Heel. Apparently he's got a bit of an Achilles injury. But it feels like McGregor's out. It feels like Grealish is out. I don't think many people were bored about that. Bellingham is in town. We didn't look at PSV, but it feels like Veerman is out. And one I thought was interesting is Dominic Ryman, the kind of hero goalkeeper that plays for Bochum. He's not playing this weekend, and they're playing Leipzig. So it could be very good for Leipzig cards if Bochum are playing the bench keeper. So
sorry, I'm just crying at what Jay Fraz has just said. That is incredible. Achilles. That is amazing. That's incredible.
Bellingham in. Yep, Bellingham is in.
Yeah, it looks like Bellingham's going to be in. Yeah, it does. For
sure. There's an RBS lineup out now. Do we want to look at it? Maybe Harry can get it. I've got some teams to crunch out.
Yeah,
Salzburg, sorry.
Oh, Salzburg's out, is it?
Managed to keep my rare teams. If anyone's interested in seeing them, they're kind of here now. But I was saying to somebody earlier in the week, but with the preparation for the system changing, like I'm a bit more motivated to play like regions a bit more and try and get cards that like will fit the regions. The cards I've got when the regions change, if you get me. I need to get as many of them in as I can, and obviously winning's as good a vehicle as any. So Celtic cards are going into Challenger, and All-Star is going to be a wee bit more. It is actually a Challenger team, actually, to be honest with you. But it's not the Celtic ones running in there blindly this week. So a wee bit different in that regard. Champ America gets good cards. I'm not putting the best Champ America cards into All-Star. I want to win the region. I want to get some cards out of that. Tier 3 would be great. Anything above that is a huge W. I actually need to change this 240 team, so I don't think Guedes is going to be starting anymore. I've got like 3 rare teams to rebuild because McGregor's out. I've got a wee 240 limited team out for shits and giggles. But it's the super rares I need to totally redo. And I don't think I'll be playing All-Star. I think probably the team I would want to make first is maybe Champ Super, just with how open some of those, I suppose, Arsenal, some of these bigger teams might still smash, but I think that there's so many.
The Arsenal cards could be in the Prem comp.
Yeah, fair.
So
And Prem, yeah, Prem.
you got to think of that. Does Bart still play the cup game? Yeah, Glenn, I don't know, mate. That's a weird one. It's a weird one, mate. Everyone was slating Steele for his performance in the midweek. I'm actually going to go with Steele because I think it might be a little like 2 games in, 2 games out potentially, but it's a coin toss, mate. It really is. I've de-risked it as much as I can, to be honest.
I'm just wondering if I can get some sort of sneaky team into 240 if I did it first. Nah, probably not. Not with skills. The problem is I've still got some Celtic cards that will do well probably, but they don't fit in the champion. And I'm just wondering if maybe a cap is the first thing to build. Not 240, it's a bit too lean. But I wonder 270. How good a team could I make in 270 if it was the first thing I made? Mandanda scales. And then we can go McGinn and Ali-ish. I could probably play both of them if we're lucky. Nah, not quite. 3 points over. That'd have been sneaky good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would have.
I could drop him for Taylor. Doesn't really change it too much, does it? It's just Taylor might suck. But who else have I got in defence? Nobody clearly better. That's interesting. So it would basically be this team but a different defender to play champion. I guess, wouldn't it? Or Saganikov. Or Saganikov could come in here. 2 points over on the cap, but we want him at home in it. That might be the play.
That could be the play, yeah, potentially. Captain McGinn, Captain Garcia, maybe. I don't know. Would you captain Greg away to Hearts? Really? I don't know.
No, I'm not sure.
I think it's a McGinn job, isn't it?
I think it's McGinn as well. I think that small pitch will really suit Aston Villa's centre mids like Douglas Luiz, McGinn, Ramsey. But those guys that play in the central area, I think it'll be really good for them. Maybe less so for like the likes of a Bailey or Diaby and the guys that like to run into space, because it's probably not going to be happening too often. But yeah, that's interesting. Let's plug that in as a 270. And
Jonathan, I am going to be sorry, Quinny. I am going to be playing Evandro. I think I'm playing him in Challenger Rare Plus. I think, mate. To be honest.
I'm just trying to see how this would shape. So I've got Sakanikov left over. He's 57. That's quite expensive. Oh, no, actually, I would use a Celtic striker for this, wouldn't I? Which is Dyson. He's very cheap. Can I maybe afford Scales? If I go Braze on 43, leaves me with 41. Interesting. Does this work? No. Super subs. Christopher Ayers playing Chelsea. What do we think about that?
I think there'll be goals in that.
Yeah, probably. Fair enough.
To be honest.
What would it be if I went champion first? That's the next thing to check out. And then, so I've got Starfelt at home to Almeria. That's kind of a good game for Celtic. Almeria aren't dangerous. Tierney's on to start for Sociedad. Won't play 90 minutes and they're away to Sevilla. I've got the Mallorca guy, the Girona guys, but they're away to Mallorca, who have just qualified for Copa del Rey. Maybe there's a bit of a hangover, but they are better at home than away, so that's a game I'm a bit nervous about, let's say. And then, yeah, Galan is on the bench most likely. Iglesias will start, but doesn't always do amazing. Interesting. So I think, I would probably it probably would be the same team, but I'd probably line Kuto up. So what do we think, Kuto or Taylor? What team? It's kind of the decision I've got. And then I've got the freedom to play Sakanikov over Werner, but I don't even know if Sakanikov would do better than Werner in this kind of game. And I've got Ali-ish as well, of course.
I think for like synergy purposes, you'd probably go Kuto to Skankov and Garcia, wouldn't you? I don't know.
I think
like
Cap.
I'm saying, you just get the possibility of a double decisive. Whereas if you play Taylor, there's no double decisive with those lot, is there? Really? Not saying that that's definitely going to happen, but
Yeah. I think Taylor's safer, but I'd love to get Scales in one of these teams, but he's so expensive. I could swap Werner for Maeda, but that would open that up, wouldn't it? Yeah. There we go. So Maeda's good for a 60. Away to Hearts, I would say. I know he's been formless with honking, but normally when Celtic are doing well, he's good for it. It's just been a while. Then we can get Scales in, buff midfield. Or do we maybe... It's these strikers, because... So where to pick first? Because Mandanda's got a great fixture. I think Scales is still probably my best defender. It could be Taylor. If he gets an assist, then he's fine. And then I don't need to worry about Maeda being a wee bit spotty on AA. I could take Werner. So again, Werner, yeah, that's the sort of game I'd expect to see from him. Against Brentford, open game, running into spaces. Get some AA, get a decisive.
apparently Unistal's out for the weekend as well.
Taylor or Couto? Both of them are away to Hearts and Mallorca. Got a wee poll in the chat, guys. Help me out. What would you do, Taylor or Couto? It's kind of the same team, essentially. Otherwise, well, let me know what you think. Chelsea will score. Dominic Felice, I'm with you there, my man. Tom, me and Harry both do members content where it's like once a week or so, people get their lineups built and galleries reviewed and all that good stuff. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Harry's channel is linked in the description of this video, and obviously you're here on mine now. So smash the subscribe button, jump on the channel homepages, and you'll find all that good stuff. Tom. I picked Scales, but if I pick Scales, I can pick Scales. I can go Scales and Dyson. I don't really mind that. So let's see if we log that in. I've used my cheapest striker and my dearest defender. What do we do in 240 then? We've got Soria, which is great. Could I play Taylor? And then in midfield, I've got Mendes on 43, Werner on 44, and then, 48. Yangel Herrera's 48. Yes, he is. That's a really good... This is the team that won 240, except for Werner's in attack. So I like that omen. I love it when that happens. Herrera's away, Braze is away, Taylor's away. Who do we make captain? I would probably captain Taylor, personally, but that's a bit of a tough one. Everyone says Taylor over Couto. But I went Scales in the end, so maybe fair enough. Taylor over Couto for this one. I quite like this team, how it's shaking out. And then what target could we hit with this spot? Yangel's going to be like getting into the box in this game. He's decisive capable. Braze really needs to turn up for Sociedad. It's hard not to go for the 400, really, isn't it? But I'm kind of just trying to evaluate it with you guys. I think we go 400. I think Captain Taylor. So I just think he plays 90 minutes. And with the form he's in, like he scored 100 midweek. I'm not saying he'll do that again, but he could get in amongst it, certainly. And I've got two keepers left. I've got Hart and I've got Skorupski. I can't play Challenger. I can play Champion with the Skorupski. And otherwise, it's 220 and All-Star. So let's see if we have an All-Star rig out that Hart could run with, and let's see how it does. So we could go Hart and Starfelt for fun, I suppose. But then, yeah, this does feel like a team that gets crushed in this division, so I don't really get excited by that. So the other option we've got is I'd probably pick Champion next and get the Skorupski out, put the best team around him, and then we'll worry about what happens next. So out of these defenders, I actually really like all of them, to be honest with you. Thanks for voting on the poll, guys. Taylor has won that at a canter, so that's great. If you have a £75 gallery, you're not competing in All-Star, Sam. I think he's helping out a guy in the chat, so thanks very much. Fish shouldn't keep shitting the bed in derbies. Is that the Hibs player? Yangel or Marino out for Bellingham? I'd probably take Marino out over Yangel. I think Yangel is going to get into the box in this game, maybe a bit more decisive, likely. So I'm probably going to take the spike of Kuto if he gets a good game. Goretzka is on to start, so we can play him with a bit of confidence. We've still got Saganikov. And then who would the fifth man be? We could go David Lopez, double up in defence with Kuto. This third team. Do I have any Celtic cards that could help it? I've used Maeda, I've used Scales, I've used Taylor, so the answer is no. So yeah, this is probably the best place for it. So this is probably the best one for the chat. Starfelt at home to Almeria. Tierney for 60 minutes against Seville. Or Lopez. This may be a wee bit of a multi-chat. We got half an hour left. We can have a bit of... Let's start a wee poll here. So, I want a bit of interaction from you guys on this one. Starfelt at home, which is cool. We've got Lopez, who's away, who'll be playing in a back five, back three kind of system for Girona. Who else did we have there? Sorry, we had KT, Tierney. For 60 minutes, very attacking fullback, great AA against Seville. And then who else comes into this reckoning for me? Iglesias. John Churches, as I like to call him. Juan Iglesias. That's what he comes up on Google Play as is John Churches, so it always sticks with me. Is there anyone else here we would throw into the poll? Probably not. Right, so who is the final spot to get into like my third best team here? I think this team could be decent. Skorupski, the last two games against Atalanta, he has scored hugely. 70s, 80s, that kind of level. So I don't mind that. Kuto's a spiky player. Goretzka's Bayern mid. Saganikov up front. Great base of a squad here. But who is the fifth man that makes it capable of riding high? Lopez, if he doesn't have a fight with the ref, yeah. I think the best team in 240 is quite tough, but I think I've kind of got the best I don't think the best 240 team takes anything away from that 270 team that I picked first. To be honest, I think, maybe the Maeda would have moved. I quite like the way it's shaken out, to be honest with you. I've got a 220 team still to play. I really don't want to use... Maybe I could use the heart in that. Maybe that would be better. Use a rare outfielder. I might do that for the next one, but we'll see what the poll says. Oh, I've did it, and the chat is glitching on me. I don't know if it's went or not. I don't know if the poll's actually went out. Yeah, it has. There we go. It's just went out. So get voting, guys. Let me know who you'd pick as the final man in here. Harry Boy, did you get some teams ready for some of the guys requesting in the chat? We'll get some lineups for yous.
What's that on Play Sharper?
I don't know. I just see Play Sharpers on your wee screen, so I wasn't sure if you.
I thought you mentioned Salzburg, didn't you? So.
Oh yeah, there's Salzburg for anyone that wants it.
We now have Salzburg updates, which is fun. Very, very fun.
Nice. There we go. So, if anyone's after the Salzburg team, there we have it. So let me know, guys. Get into the chat. Get into the poll. Your poll has 0 votes on my end. Yeah, I think it glitched. I think it glitched somehow. Let me try it again. Start poll. Harry, someone asked for another team as well. What was it? I just seen there. Oh, crap. It's on one screen, but not on the other. I see Everton, Elche, Frankfurt. Let's try this again. Who? If you could grab any of them, Harry, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, I got Everton. Here's the Everton team. Calvert-Lewin, McNeil, Doucouré. Pretty standard. Pretty standard Everton team. We'll look at the West Ham team. Because why not? Latest from Sharp is Yari won't start but will make the bench. Love that. Love that, mate. Thank you, Brad. Let me get him out of a team then. What are we going to do with Yari? Big old Yari. But yeah, any other suggestion, request, anything, I will try and get them up. Let me just do this Yari situation. Yari. Wolves. Wolvesy. Well, that's the Newcastle team.
I was saying there, I didn't realise I muted myself, but Sorare Holland came into the chat in style today. Hola Chicos was the cry, and I think he's probably put in chat of the day. He's kind of interested in breasts lately. What's your guys' opinion? We're all breast men, aren't we? We're all about breasts.
Yeah, but I'd prefer both personally. If it's on the table, like why?
Both what?
Well, just in conjunction with what Sam has just replied to Sorare Holland with.
Oh, got you.
Well, we got Sarabia, Neto, João Gomez. He really impressed me, João Gomez, watching him on Saturday or Sunday.
He's amazing, mate. He is amazing.
Mate. Really good. Flies into tackles. He's class. Yeah, really good. And then what do we have? Antwerp. The Antwerps. Where are we looking? Belgium. No, Huang. Yeah, I know. As soon as I win him, he pulls his fucking hamstring, doesn't he? Of course he does. Antwerp team. Pretty standard, I think, from the last couple of games. Koulibaly's back fit, I think. He came on in the cup last night. So that's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, Owen Windell scoring pretty well. Q-Dog, you're on mute. I think he's...
I know, I've got it now. I just left that comment there. Sorry, by mistake. I was just having a wee scan at Tierney's scores again. Tierney, I'm so tempted by. But the chat is raining in for Starfelt, which I get. If he gets a clean sheet, dominates possession, all about that. So I think Starfelt is going to take the place in the team. And I'm going to captain Kuto because I just think he's the spikiest guy here. So that's what I'm going to base that on. So team number 3 is locked in. I'm going to run into that 220. Maybe try the heart in goals here. See if I can get a rare outfielder in. See if that gives me any sort of options. So I've got cheap enough defenders. If I was to play like Glazes on 45, I think I need to play Roca in midfield on 47. He's on a horrible game, and then I'm probably playing Kyogo in this team 43. Only leaves me with 35. So do I have a good 35 rare? I've got Alfredo Morales. I've got Becker. Oh, Becker's not going to play. That's what we heard, wasn't it? It's Zaki. Zakarian's going to play this week, guys. There will be no Oyarzabal or Becker from the beginning, is what I mean. Oh, I've got Andrade in China.
Ooh, yeah, that works.
That works, doesn't it? Let's do that.
That works.
We can't captain him. That's a bit gutting. So who do we captain? John Churches at home to Las Palmas. Should be getting into the box. Roca, one of the best mids in La Liga, playing Atletico Madrid. Should be triple. That's what you're crossing your fingers for. Don't think it gets a decisive. Kyogo, unlikely to start, but either way, you need him to score a goal to do anything in the team. So,
yeah.
Who do we captain in this one? I wonder. I think I'll probably go with John Churches. Or would I go Roca? I'm going to go John Churches, I think, because I think John, if he gets one of these games like against Granada, seeing he's against teams where he's been told you're going to go and attack, he loves a goal line clearance as well. Is that maybe what one of this is? No, it's an assist. But he's the back post corner guy as well. Loves a bit of that. So I'm going to go with John Churches as captain. Maybe Captain Hart would have been an idea. So that's quite fun.
That feels like the worst idea ever, Quinny.
Maybe it does.
That could be the worst statement you've ever said. Captain Hart.
There's going to be a lot of AA for him in this game.
Yeah, it could also be a lot of goals conceded as well.
That's fair.
With Shankland catching pies and scoring goals. Do you see that one?
I did. I've realised now I've got Tani available, who's an under-23 keeper. So can I get an under-23 team out?
Ooh, now we're talking. Yeah, maybe. Technically.
I could. Who's the fifth man? Kwon? Magno? Yeah, Quon or Magno's probably man number 5 in this team. Yeah. Could that team win something, Harry? With Quon or Magno in it?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Why not?
So, Magno away to St. Louis.
Yeah, they're not great, St. Louis.
Okay, so that could be good. And Quon at home to Aberdeen.
Problem is, Magno might not start.
He's projected to start, but you're right, he might not.
Might not, but I think he's always good for something off the bench regardless. So it's one of them where at 13.5%, if he comes on, gets a DA, you're talking 70s, aren't you, almost? So, that's kind of worst best case in that sense if he doesn't start.
So I've got an under 23 team now by playing Hart in 220, so that's fun. I quite like how that's developed. That's good. And then so I've got 2 rare keepers left, so I'll make a 240. I've got a limited keeper, so I've got the rare caps to still fill in. So I normally like to do defender last, so I've normally got plenty of options there, but I think actually it's Chanot. I want to just slide in here, so if I can find him. Yeah, Chanot, there he is. McGregor's not going to play. Tanaka on 52 is decent. There's Quon on 48. Might slide him in. Forsberg on 47.
Yeah, I like that.
Feels very good.
Yeah, it feels ridiculously good, I think.
Fekir is not going to play for Betis this week. It's confirmed. He stayed in the gym. This week we've got Dyson on a 37. And then that leaves us with 63. Nice. And we could take Goretzka for just that's kind of 58 you'd probably bring in. Anyone else? Ladero. Nobody looks sneaky good, I don't think, do they?
Probably not.
Nah, I've got no sneaky good ones at the bottom. Dyson's the man for that. And then I think we slide in Goretzka just to make it easy. Just hopefully smash a bit of fresh air. I'm going to captain Forsberg. Yeah,
I think,
let's go for it.
Works.
Yeah, I think it does too. So then I've got rare 270. I think, again, similar to you, Harry, I feel like my teams are quite well rounded. The quality is kind of, in every team I've got a good keeper, good enough in most cases. The defenders, none of them are terrible yet. Now, the only problem I've got with your man is he's 60 points. So I'm trying to avoid him now. So we'll come back to defence. What's my midfield like? Tanaka on 52. Iwata might be great in this game, 51. Let's try that. Better than Tanaka is what I mean by great. And then, oh, Jesus, all these strikers are super subs at best if Kyogo doesn't start. Kyogo's probably the closest to starting, so I'll probably put him in. And then, I could play your man in defence. And then I've got 70 points left because Kyogo's so cheap. So none of these guys will probably do the job for me. Maybe I just put Tanaka in. Away from home could be a spike for him. And I've got like a Japanese team that are all playing abroad, which is funny. And Jesus, this is not a good team. This is not a good team. I don't know who I would even captain. I'm probably going to pick Quon over Tanaka and captain him. So I just don't think there's a captain in this. Maybe it's your man, but it's yet to be seen in MLS from him, which is why I hold that reservation.
Yeah.
And Kyogo, we don't know if he starts. So Guns will be the limited keeper that flies into this. We'll do defence last again. Midfield, we've got Tanaka still there on 52. Quite expensive for this division. We've got Mikey Johnson on a 43, who's actually a good shout, I think.
Yeah, that feels quite fun.
Yes, I think he's the midfielder there for us at 43. And then in attack, Guedes is going to come off the bench. Becker's going to come off the bench. And that's kind of it. O'Toole will start in left back. Do I want that?
Do I want that?
Probably going to take Guedes from the bench. It's probably my favourite of those options. That leaves us with 88 points. So what's the best kind of bang for buck defender we've got here? Manu Sanchez on 43. Could be a really good game for him at home to Almeria. And then that leaves us with 45. We've got Ladero. That's a good shout. We've got Sands. He can be a facilitator. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with who I said first there, Ladero. Derby match. I'm sure he's on to play. And then I'd probably captain Mikey Johnson for the vibes. And there we go. Now, I don't know, guys, if I've got I've got the rest of my teams here if you want to see them, since we've looked at them all. But there's Champion Euro. We're going double defence. Gab Mag and Robbo hopefully lead the way. Captain Memphis works in all black in midfield. I think this is like Braga at home, Bromby at home, midfield of destruction there. Fitz is playing a terrible team. And then this defence is really strong. So I feel good about this being All-Star rather than Challenger. But Challenger is all Celtic, double fullback, Yang Gang in attack, and Captain O'Reilly. Champ America, star-studded team for me. Malty Amundsen for the crew, Captain Gold, Santi Rod, Johnny fucking Russell, Matt Fries scored really good in match day 1. And then, yeah, you've seen me build the rest of the teams as I've went through. 270 is team number 1 for Superverse. We're hoping for a big card. And we're hoping the extra strength we've got at 240 means that these two teams, I'm hoping together, bring us cards and money. That's kind of the plan. This is like maybe New World Vision, where it's like double entry, you know? Maybe one team hits money, maybe one team hits a card kind of vibes, maybe, you know, I don't know. Champ Euro, we've got some guys in there. Hopefully they get top 20 or top 30 or something, top 20. I think's what we're chasing. And Cap 220, we've got China Andrade in here leading the bad batch of Superverse. We've got Kyogo Hart, John Churches and Mark Rocca, or Mark Rock, as the English translation goes. We've got an under-23 team, and I didn't think I would get an under-23 lineup out since selling Trubin, but Tani is back in town, and we've managed to do it. Magno's in the house as well. The 240 looks solid, good to kill middle target. 270, I've got no confidence in, but let's see. And 220 fits the cap and could be good fun. So I think got some good teams there. We're 13 minutes away to the deadline, guys, so some nice deadline drama there. Heel apparently went off with a knock. Yeah, we were chatting about that earlier. If anyone's got any more clarity. Guedes might start, right? But he's not projected to start at the moment. His Spanish predictions can be quite accurate. He's done I've watched Villarreal since Guedes has started playing for them, and like Guedes is back in a big way. Like he's definitely he's on form, he's fit, he's running into the right spots. But Villarreal are just not that great at the moment. Moreno, he did better with Sorloth than he did Moreno, which is the difficult thing because they're never going to drop Moreno for Sorloth. So, yeah, I'm a bit trepidatious. Not forecasted to start Guedes, but if he did, I would not be surprised one bit. So, yeah, that's me, Harry Boy. Have you got something else on screen for a request? Coventry team there?
I think it was Cov, yeah. I'm just doing some academy lineups on my other screen. Yeah, just getting ready. I managed to sell nearly all the L15 guys. There's one left if anyone wants one.
Ooh.
9% XP. 10 quid, he's yours. So
step right up.
Potential upside with if you're hitting 340s, you obviously need punchy guys around them, don't you? At the end of the day, but you know it does help if you are aiming for that 340 and you have like good guys around the L15 of zero fella. Can definitely work.
Yeah,
can definitely work.
I'm just getting the training lineups in, guys. Let us know what divisions are you targeting? Where do you think you're actually going to be pulling any prizes out of? Have you been doing any kind of trades in the market? Did you join me and Harry for the MLS stream? Have you been getting into MLS cards? I've seen MLS card guy is already firmly number 1 DC collector. Has anyone been jumping into the auctions or getting season cards? Let us know. And everything else in between. As we get towards the deadline, get those last minute teams in. Make sure you've done your training. Double check those projected lineups for DNPs. Hopefully we've done all of that with you guys today. You've had a good one.
I think this is the first weekend I can remember where I've got every goalkeeper playing that I own, if that makes any... Like, I don't have a goalkeeper that doesn't have a fixture.
Love that.
Yeah.
I've still got a few.
Who have you got? I'm trying to think.
Guys with no club and retired and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
It's like nobody's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let us know, guys. Did you see the number 1 Seattle collection? Do you want to try and grab that for us, Harry? I've got, unless you're doing teams as well. Sorry.
No, I'm not doing teams. What was it on Twitter or so? Like,
maybe find it on Sorare. Maybe just I don't know if you can click on a card or how do you do it again? There's a kind of sneaky way of looking at it. Maybe go into someone's gallery that has a card, and then
I could go by like Okay, you could just type the name of the guy in, or like player. So we'll go Jordan Morris. We'll go not for sale, limited, new season. And then we'll go one of, it must be this guy, yeah? Bab. All right, he's got Haaland. Yeah, look at that. He's got Celtic at 5%.
Oofed.
He's
Cooking.
got Seattle.
Wow,
Newcastle.
1,890 points. All first owner one-offs is my guess.
24-25, baby. This is it. Wow. Yeah, all one-offs. Couple of rookies in there. He must be smashing that. Yeah, 1,600. Late worry over Chanot injury, Quinny, Sam says.
What?
Sam
No.
saying.
Oh, Sam. Sam's coming to my aid.
Why is Chanot starting to drop on SD?
People try to spook me with the Chanot.
Potentially.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know who my defender would be in replace of him. How many points do we have? 56. Could go Tavon Gray if he's into play. Yeah, let's just double check. Is Tavon on to start? Where's my play sharper? Let's have a wee peek. Is Tavon on to start? Mara bumba. Sam Tai, double, quadruple, mega fist bumps to you, mate. Thanks very much for that catch on Chanot. If anyone can clarify what the hysteria is about, that would be lovely. Gray 55. Yeah, I think Gray probably does start this. Let me just go and double check Ligue 2 since we're here in case there's been an official update and that's what's caused the SD change of status. Unless it is people just try to spook us. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, he's not there. Fair enough. Great catch, Sam.
He's disappeared.
So yeah, Tavon can slide in here easy. Quater's not going to play. Did I have a defender that went into training? Do I take the 220 defender? It's just another headache for later. Can't afford Diaman. Thiago Martins, actually. There we go. What does he? 53. He's better. Let's put him in to the team. There we go. That's the better way of doing it. So Chanot out for Martins. Over the switch. There we go. Boom. It's like nothing happened. Love it. Great, Sam. Thank you very much, mate. Extended my thanks once again. Love it. McGregor to be assessed tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not playing that. Salzburg lineup is out. The actual lineup is out.
Wait,
Didn't realise that was the kickoff time.
Is that right? No, they're not playing today.
Or did they mean play sharper, maybe?
Yeah. Don't think they're playing today. Rostov play at 4. That's the only game at 4 today.
Ah, I must be play sharper. Cheers to the shout, Hendo. Who are we getting in? Let's get that Tatty up. Becker. And I guess that's Keaton Parks. One more team, maybe. I think that'll be me. He's out for the season, Johnny. That Sakamoto is out.
Ooh. Yeah, that's tough. That's a toughie. Any nice shiny cards? Ooh, Haaland in 11 minutes.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Kimmich. Matt O'Reilly.
After that big score, back in the auction house, rapid.
Yeah, get him in. Get him in. Filter him through. Why not?
Final training spot. Who's going to take it? Matoma's out for the season, I think, isn't he? No.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah.
And Kunku's a pain in the ass. And Kunku needs the points all the same, but I think I'll just slide him in. Awesome. All the admin, all the housekeeping is done. We've managed to deal with that deadline drama. We are a matter of minutes away from the deadline, guys. We are all set. We are all rocking and rolling. Harry Boy, you're all set as well, I think, aren't you?
Yeah. Feel pretty good. Got all my training lineups in, and yes.
Leone now ahead for Sharon. I don't know if we caught that already. Sorry.
Yeah. I think for Sharon's going to be on the duty. Yeah, mate. No, it feels good. Big weekend. Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited.
Get to 100 likes, people. That's the cry from the chat. We're at 87. I'm sure we can get to 100 before the show ends, guys. We have only got 3-4 minutes to the deadline. Make sure if you've been here today, at any point, you do smash the like button, support the cause, support the stream. 100 is the goal. That's what we're always aiming to get to. And if you could help us get there, it would be much appreciated as we ring in the last couple of minutes. But yeah, we're getting some last-minute news here. And Florian is asking, he won an Hatate last week. As soon as Hatate's fit, mate, he's playing in this team. No two ways about it. He's barely featured this week. I think he's had like 5 games worth of 90 minutes under his belt. But that's across like 10 appearances or something. He's barely featured. So, yeah, when he's in town. Big time. Tony Cassidy, my man, good to see you. It's been a while, fist bump. Good to see you. Hail, hail. Late call from McGregor, but not ruled out. Just not touching it, mate. Just not touching it. Alistair Johnson, unique on auction. It'll be interesting to see where that goes for now, because that'll give you a real temperature of the room of Celtic uniques on the market, won't it? I guess, you know.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Or high value, you know, contender pieces. Diego Luna.
Kai Wagner, big PSU, all over it, like a rash. He's all over it. Christopher Ayer, there he is.
Yeah, lost my season bonus. Gutted.
Yeah, it should be fun. We're still seeing. So is it that we're still at the first round of like MLS rares? I think. I don't think we've got to 2 of 10 yet. Let's have a little look. Yeah, still one ofs. Eric Tommy, that's a nice little card.
Yeah. I know you're a fan.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I think he's sharp. I do think he's sharp. Wow, that Callan's flipping hell. 800 quid. That's mental. Did you see what the limited Messi? Did you see what the limited Messi went for, by the way?
I didn't. No, I think people are just running pranks up on bids, but you know, for a lot of these cards,
the 1 of 1,000 Messi went for like 600 quid, and like the old Messi's like 100 quid. 6x, like 5 or 6x. It's ridiculous.
Thanks for joining the show, Johnny. We've saved him from 5 DNPs. Hopefully, we've saved many more from many more. That's absolutely brilliant, mate.
Yeah, I know it's the 1 of 100 roll, but Jesus Christ, like it's fucking. We're talking about Drake Calendar here. There's no collectability in him, I can tell you that. I mean, you know, it helps.
But that's honestly, mate, the collection bonus. See when that becomes a classic card. That's when that pays in.
And he's a number 1 as well, as in like his card number. So that's like a Nishikawa for me. He gets like 120 points. I get it, it's fun, but like, fucking hell's expensive, man. Jesus, 800 quid.
But the overspend on that. How much does it save you from needing to buy trash later on or fancy trash later on?
Not that much. I'm sorry. Not 800 quid, is it? Like, come on now. If you can buy not the old one, but let's say you buy the 2 of 100 for, let's call it 400, you know? He may have a lot of clean sheets. By the look of Inter Miami, Raul, they ain't getting many clean sheets, I can tell you that.
Seattle guy overpaid, Rico Man reckons as well.
Oh, yeah, 100% yes. Everyone's overpaying, like on the one-offs and stuff. Unless you're a big collector, I just don't get it, really. I don't get it. Like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. But if you're just a collector and you don't care about SO5, then you know there is those people out there as well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that is.
At the end of the day, like you've
but it's all about that. It's all about those leaderboards and all those edges and all those advantages. That's what it's really about. Because if you've got the collection bonus paying off for you in the in-season competition, you know, like you're buying a bonus for now as well as like, and that's us. We're locked and loaded, guys. We are in. It is game week. What game week is this? again? 4:55 or
I think so. Yeah, I think it's 4:55.
we are in for game week 4:55, guys. We hope you've enjoyed the show today. Good luck to everyone. Have fun. There's lots of football to be watching. I know I'll be watching a bunch. Hopefully, you guys will be as well. Maybe there'll be some content over the weekend. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see you on the next one, next week, next video, whatever it might be. Thanks very much, guys. Harry, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Thanks for coming on the show again, as always.
Yeah, really appreciate you having me on, and massive good luck to everyone this weekend, lads.
Good luck, everyone. And don't forget to smash that like button before you leave. We're at 97. Let's get to 100 before the credits run.
Nice one, lads.